adventurers. I am DM Wyvern, and this is my Let's Play of Icewind Dale. Welcome back if you are tuning in, and if you are new to this Let's Play, I'm glad you are visiting. In our last episode, we fought our way through a goblin-infested valley, and have now ended up here in the village of Kuldahar, I believe. Let's pull up the map. Yes, indeed. Well, it doesn't actually tell us where we are, but I imagine we are close by. Let's go and see what is in store for our evil adventuring party. Nate. I knew you'd make it through. I just knew it. We rescued Nate in the previous episode. He was being held captive by a group of goblins, orcs. We slew the orcs, and we reluctantly freed Nate. Who are you, and how did you know we were coming? Nate. I'm Nate. Arundel said that help was on its way. I have been out here every day keeping lookout for you. Where's the rest of the army? Are you just the scouts or something? Who is Arundel? Nate. Arundel's my friend. He's the oldest and smartest man in the whole world. He can talk to animals, you know. You should probably go see him. He'll be wanting to talk to you too. Very well. Where can we find this Arundel? Nate. He lives across this bridge, on the other side of the brook. Just look for the house for the 3 rocks out front. Thanks, Nate. Farewell. Alright. Looks like we have our quest giver to seek out and talk to, but let me harass this townsperson first. Townsperson, I heard there were some strangers in town, but I didn't believe it. You from East Haven? How did you get through? Hold your tongue. I have some questions about this town I would have you answer first. Townsperson. What did you want to know about Kuldahar? Or did you want to know what's been going on around Kuldahar? Around Kuldahar? Do you mean the weather? Sorry, we froze there briefly. And in any case, we are back. Townsperson. The winter's been a season of evil here in Kuldahar. People vanishing, sudden storms, monsters sighted in the pass. It's all going to get a lot worse before the year's done, mark my words. I see. Anything else you could tell me? Townsperson. Ask some of the other townsfolk. They might know something I don't, and you'll never know what bit of information they got in their heads. They might randomly cough up when asked. Very well, then, can you tell me a little bit about the town? Townsperson. Well, Kuldahar's not a big place, but I can tell you a bit about it if you want. How long has that tree been here? It's huge. Townsperson. Been here as long as I can remember. A blessing, as near as I can tell. The chilly weather doesn't even touch the town with a tree growing here. It radiates enough heat to keep things green, which is a sight for tired eyes here in the north. But hells, if you came through the pass, you'll know that already. I have some questions about the town. Well, Kuldahar is not a big place, but I can tell you a bit about it if you want. Right, he already gave us that line. Any place I could tip back a tankard? I've got quite a thirst. Townsperson. You'd be looking for Whitecomb's place, the root cellar. You'll find that just a little southeast of the base of the great tree, in the middle of the cluster of 3 buildings. Keep an eye out. With the roots being as huge as they are, you can walk right over the tavern and not even know it's there. I'm looking for a place to rest, actually. Townsperson. Well, there's the evening shade, but, well, the previous innkeeper was one of the townsfolk who's gone missing, and it's come under new ownership. Some halfling merchant from the south. Not a very friendly fellow, but I suppose the evening shade's all there is for travelers. You don't want to be stepping outside with all disappearances. Disappearances? Townsperson. Aye, a lot of people have gone missing recently. One of them was Colan's boy, Sheemish. The next morning, the whole town searched for the boy, but turned up nothing. He was just gone, vanished without trace. Then Mother Eugenia from the church, Iden the innkeeper, Megan Potts, and others. Not a trace of any of them. Nothing. Sounds like a case of Stranger Things season 2. Or was it 3? I forget. Let's see. Any supply shops or weapon shops? Townsperson. There's 2. If weapons are what you are wanting, go see Conlan the Smith in the northern center part of town. His forge is burning day and night, so it's hard to miss. If you're looking for general supplies, go see Girth. His shop's near Kaldahar Run north of the bridge. It's got a railing that runs around the edge and juts out over the water. There any churches or temples nearby? Townsperson. There is a temple to Ilmater here, in the northeast canyon, just beneath the wrecked airship. Don't know if that's your faith or not, but the brothers and the Reverend Mother are good people. Ilmater? Townsperson. Aye, he's the god of suffering, the crying god. His priests seek to help alleviate the suffering of others by taking on their pain. Don't know all the teachings, but that's pretty much how I understand it. Don't you worship him? Townsperson. Well, I'll tell you, friend. One look at the great tree of Kaldahar, and it seems to me that nature's the only thing really deserving worship around here. I mean, the branches nearly scrape the clouds, it seems. Beautiful sight it is. I thought I saw a ship flying by the great tree when I came in. Townsperson. Oh, you mean that airship Fiddlebenders hold up in? Well, yeah, well, for the whole story, you'd have to speak to him about it. This Fiddlebender, he lives in the airship then? Townsperson. Aye, Fiddlebender's our local alchemist. I guess you southerners might say. Makes potions and concoctions, and the occasional explosion. He'll need to start adding chimneys to pump out smoke the rate he's going. We saw a tower by the tree from the road. Is that your local watchtower? Townsperson. No, that's the tower of Auric the Grey. Fortunate we are to have a wizard this far north. Friendlier than most spellcasters I've known. He values his privacy. But I still see him tip back a tankard or two with the rest of them at the root cellar. He's got some goblin that does chores for him. I have questions about Kaldahar in general. Townsperson, what did you want to know about Kaldahar? Or did you want to know what's been going on around Kaldahar? Okay. I've heard talk of the weather and disappearances. What do you know of those? Right, okay. We've heard this line already. Alright, I'd like to know about Kaldahar itself, actually. Townsperson. Okay, we've gone through all this. Alright, we've exhausted what that person has to say. And of course, being ever the curious cat we are, we're going to talk to Gareth. Gareth. Where so the wind blows, travelers seek shelter and supplies, mayhap. Good day and cheer to you, sir. My name is Gareth, and I tell by the cut of your cloth and your bearing that you are a visitor, fresh to Kaldahar. Is there something you wish to purchase? What is this place? Girth. This is my shop, friend. I supply caravans in the shade of this great oak. This shop was my father's and my father's before him, and it dates almost 3 generations back, if you can believe it. Like many of the places in Kaldahar and the surrounding lands, there is much history to be found if one digs deep enough. Are you a historian? Girth. Nay, I wouldn't go so far as to say that. I dabble in time's passage, perhaps, but it is not a full-time occupation, merely a hobby. I do enjoy learning more of the past and examining trinkets from around the area. I have quite a collection, a little museum of sorts. Some call it junk, but what sort of things do you collect? Girth. Keys, notes, books on the region. If you happen to come across any of these on your travels, I'll pay a fair sum for them to take them off your hands. Your journal has been updated. We spoke to a man named Girth in Kaldahar. He runs an outfitting and equipment shop, but he seems to be something of a historian and collector of regional trinkets and small, non-magical artifacts. If we find any old keys, books, notes, documents, or other trinkets on our quest, we might be able to come back and sell them to him, just to lighten our load. He said we can always buy the items back later if it turns out we need them. Right. basically, this is the next line over here. If I come across keys, books, or documents that I may need later, can I purchase them back? Of course! I purchase such things only for my own interest, to preserve the history and culture of the region. They do not end up on a rattling caravan to some Calamshine market. That's for certain. Very well. May I see what you have for sale? Oh, mummy's tea. Interesting. Huh. Let's see. What does he have for sale? He's got histories. Oh, look at this. He actually does have some. Boy, we'll buy this. We're totally full. Let's see. Can we sell anything? Yeah, we can. We can sell some stuff here. We'll sell all that. We'll sell the Jasper gems. Yeah, I think that's good. Yep. Okay. There we go. And we can now go ahead and buy the gem bag, I guess. There we go. Lyre of Progression. The Lyre of Progression was created by the bard Saldini Palato. Saldini was a teacher of young, aspiring bards during difficult times. This instrument, held close at all times, helped Saldini fight off those who would attack him or his students. When Saldini grew old, he passed it on to his best student, Galwain Alman. Galwain continued teaching for a few years before setting out into the wilderness on a life of adventure. It is believed that he lost the lyre when he accidentally dropped it in a marsh. Equipped abilities. Held under the left arm, this instrument allows a bard to memorize 2 extra second level spells and 1 extra third level spell. That's actually very good. Bardic Horn of Valhalla. This horn was created by the respected bard of a now dead Rhaegar barbarian tribe. The bard was called Beogen, and the songs were sung by many of the northern tribes. He carried this horn with him when he observed many titanic battles. The chief of his tribe gave him the instrument with instructions to blow it if he was ever in mortal danger. Beogen, too proud to ever call on his tribesmen for help, was killed in battle, the horn hidden under his cloak. Charge abilities. It's 2 to 4 berserkers once per day. And it lasts 1 hour. Wow, that's kind of cool too. Another really cool item that I'd love to get my hands on once I get more than 932 gold. All right. Let's see, anything we can spot or check out around his shop? Nope. And yes, as I said, this is a completionist playthrough. I am taking my time. I am talking to NPCs. I'm savoring the flavor of Icewind Dale Enhanced Edition. So, once again, if you guys are into that sort of gameplay, welcome. If you're in for something a little bit more faster, maybe not the Let's Play for you. Let's see if this guy has anything else to say. Townsperson, stop right there. Don't take another step closer. Who are you? How did you get through the pass? I mean no harm. What's wrong? Townsperson, we've had some troubles of late, and now we've got strangers in town that shouldn't have been able to make it through the pass. Care to explain how you got here? Hold your tongue. I have some questions about this town I would have you answer first. Take your questions elsewhere, townsperson. Take your questions elsewhere, stranger, for you'll get no answers from me. You watch yourself in this town. If you cross anyone, we'll see to it you don't leave. Look, calm yourself. We mean no harm. We're part of an expedition from East Haven, but not all of us made it. Townsperson. My sympathies for your fallen comrades. What happened? The pass is snowed in, and to make things worse, there's a horde of creatures in the pass, mostly goblins and orcs. I doubt any caravans will be able to get through for quite some time. Townsperson. This is grim news indeed. I fear things here in Kuldahar are not much better. You may wish you'd stayed in East Haven. Tell me about Kuldahar. Okay, let's see. Once again, he gives us a line about things going on around Kuldahar. Right. Okay, this is new dialogue. So I said, I've heard about missing people in strange weather. Do you know what's causing it? And this gentleman says, it's said the ring of warmth around the great tree of Kaldahar is shrinking. Decent folk have needed to leave the outlying farmsteads and move closer to Kaldahar when the snows claim their home. Maybe the great oak's dying. If so, it's the beginning of the end for Kaldahar. Huh. Do people leave the town at all? Townsperson. Some of the folks hereabouts make pilgrimages to the Vale of Shadows to pay their respects to the dead. They haven't done that much of late, mostly because of all the troubles we've been having. Huh. I need to find the Archdruid of Kuldahar. Where is he? Townsperson. Archdruid of Kuldahar? Friend, there is no Archdruid of Kuldahar. I hope you didn't travel through the past to find one, else your journey's been in vain. Is there anyone, another druid perhaps, that might know for certain? Townsperson. Well, there's old Arundel. We've seen him talking to birds, but we figured that he was, well, a little touched in the head. Could be he knows where you'd find a druid. Where is this house of Arundel? Townsperson. Southwest section of town. There's a two-story house embedded into the tree. Looks like a big stone wall with a door. That's Arundel's house. Just south and east of Kaldahar Run, east of the bridge. Okay, I may look for him then. I had some questions about Kaldahar first, however. Any strange monster sightings? Townsperson. Well, no new critters, but have you seen any beetles in the past or in East Haven? Here tell the Kaldahar tree draws into the area somehow. Seen fire beetles, normal beetles, and even some giant varieties in some of the caves in the area. You think they couldn't survive this far north, but they do anyways. Any idea where the source of Kaldahar's trouble might be coming from? Townsperson. There's a temple up in the mountains of some nameless god. Rumor has it the temple was founded by some priests from this very town years ago. Could be that's where our troubles are coming from. Can you tell me anything about the spine of the world? Townsperson. Well, I hear there's miles of dwarven ruins in the spine of the world mountains. If someone could find their way in there, I imagine they'd find halls paved in gold and chandeliers of fire gems. Oh, that sounds fun. Let's see. Okay. Yep, we've been all through this dialogue before. All right, I must take my leave. Farewell.
Yeah. So that's how it is.
Now, this must be Erendo's house. It's got that stone wall. Let's go in.
Welcome. I've been expecting you for some time now.
Expecting us? How is that possible? We only just arrived.
Yes, well, bad news travels upon swift wings in these mountains. I know about your expedition from East Haven. I know why you are here, for it was I who sent for you.
You sent for us? I don't understand.
I am Arundel, known to some as the Archdruid of Kuldahar. Though I invite you to dispense with the formalities and just call me Arundel, plain and simple. Titles tend only to serve one's own vanity and aren't really of much use in this small mountain community.
You are the Archdruid, eh? Then I assume you can tell me what's going on around here.
Yes, it was I who sent Hallister to East Haven for help. His death weighs heavily upon my conscience. For not only was he a student of mine, but he was also a friend and trusted companion. He will be missed, as will Rothgar and the other members of your expedition.
You knew Rothgar?
Let us say I knew of him. Word of his deeds has reached even our small, isolated town. I also know that his death, tragic as it is, was no accident. Someone or something did not want your party to reach Kuldahar alive.
What's going on around here, old man?
There are malevolent forces at work in these mountains. Forces that seek to undermine the delicate balance we druids have struggled to preserve for centuries.
Malevolent forces. Could you be more specific?
Oh, would that I could. The face of the evil remains hidden, but its presence is unmistakable. The unnatural weather, the recent rash of abductions, the numerous monster sightings in the pass. These all point towards something sinister. Even the animals sense something is amiss.
Can you tell me more about these disturbances?
I can only tell you of what little I know. Which disturbances would you have me speak of?
Tell me of the natural weather.
The weather in these mountains has always been harsh, but never like this. Fierce storms ravage the valley without warning, often lasting for several days at a time, before vanishing as quickly as they come. It is barely midway into leafall, and yet the pass to the south has been snowed in entirely. Weather such as this is most unnatural. Nature presents itself in cycles that are predictable by those who know what to look for. I can only tell you of what little I know.
Tell me about the
Which
recent rash of
disturbances would you
abductions.
have? Oh, yes. Terrible, terrible. At first, there were tales told by travelers of companions disappearing into the night, snatched up from their bedrolls as they camped along the narrow trail that winds through the pass. We did not think much of these tales, for such occurrences are not unheard of in these mountains. Then one night, Conlan's boy Sheemish went missing. The next morning, the whole town searched for the boy, but turned up nothing. He was just gone, vanished, without a trace.
Some tavern ghost stories and the little boy lost in the mountains. Don't you think you're overreacting?
The boy was just the first. Several nights later, another disappeared, Megan Potts, the local midwife. Her husband Khalil was grief-stricken to the point of madness. With barely a word to anyone, he snatched up his sword and marched off into the darkness after his wife. No one has heard from him since. And now, the abductions are occurring more frequently. Iden, the old innkeeper from the Evening Shade, was taken only 3 days ago. I can only tell you
Tell
of
me
what
more
little
about
I
the
know.
monster sightings.
As I'm sure you have noticed by now, there seems to be quite a few goblins about. It is not usual to see so many of their kind roaming the mountains so late in the year. It is almost as something has drawn them out of their holes, like carrion birds drawn to the scent of death. As if the goblins weren't enough, several giants have been spotted moving through the pass in groups as large as 10. That many giants traveling together in such numbers indicates they are organized and are acting with a singular purpose. I have watched their activities closely. Their tracks trace a deliberate pattern through the mountains, almost as if they were on patrol. Another thing, while I was out scouting the giants, I discovered other sets of tracks I have never encountered before. What manner of beast made them? I could not say.
Wow, a druid that cannot determine the nature of a track. Truly a exotic creature of some sort.
I can only tell you of what little I know.
You spoke
Which
before of
disturbances
balance.
would
What
you
sort
have
of
me
balance are
speak
you
of?
talking about?
The balance. It is what the druids of Kuldahar hold sacred and have worked to preserve for generations. It is all around us. It is us. Balance is the harmony that is achieved when man and nature learn to coexist, no longer contending with one another, but coming together as two parts of a whole.
You really take this nature thing seriously, don't you?
Balance is the belief that this town is built upon, the very reason for its existence. Druids of Sylvanus, the Oak Father, have tended this shrine since the beginning. For hundreds of years, we have striven to achieve the ideal balance between man and nature. When settlers finally came to this pass, it was the Archdruid Tolban, my predecessor, who laid the foundation for the relationship that led to the birth of this community.
Shrine? What shrine are you talking about?
The great oak, the massive tree that stands above us, around us. It is a holy shrine to Sylvanus, for it was he who planted its seed when Faerun was first born. It is a testament to the raw power of nature, a monument to its ability to thrive in the face of adversity. Thanks to Tolban, the great oak we druids called the Kuldahar, and the town that has has come to be known by the same name, have together become a monument of even greater significance, a monument to the balance.
Who is this Tolban?
Tolban was the catalyst for the transformation of the shrine from a sacred grove to a thriving community in which man and nature exist as one. At first, settlers were kept away from this site. The Druids of old saw outsiders as an affront to the sanctity of the tree and its sphere of benign influence. They erected thorny brambles to keep intruders out, and used their powers to frighten away the men and women that came to build homes in a place they felt was obviously so close to the gods. It wasn't until the succession of Archdruid Tolban that things changed. Unlike his predecessors, he believed that the settlement of the valley was not only inevitable, but it was actually the will of Sylvanas. He also believed that we had been wrong in keeping the settlers away, and that the Oak Father had intended people to share in the miracle of the Great Oak from the beginning. When Tolban finally became Archdruid, he formed a plan to fulfill the destiny of this sacred site by bringing about a union between the Great Oak Shrine and the settlers. It was this union that the Archdruid Tolban believed would achieve the harmony that we had been striving for generations. The harmony between man and nature. As it stands, Kuldahar is a monument to this vision. The tree and town exist in a natural symbiosis, where it is next to impossible to tell where one leaves off and the other begins. But now, the balance is threatened.
I see. So what are we to do about all this?
I fear that if we do not soon discover the source of these disturbances, then all that we have worked for will be destroyed. The evil that has come to these mountains infects this town like a disease. As its people suffer, so does the tree suffer from the sickness that attacks the balance, corrupting it with its very presence. Already, the circle of warmth that radiates from the great oak has begun to recede. We were forced to abandon the outlying farmsteads as a result of the shrine's fading power. If we do not take action soon, I am afraid that the life-giving warmth will cease altogether. Both the great oak and the town, nestled within its roots, will die. This must not happen. We need your help.
What? Help you? I don't think so, old man. I'm only interested in getting out of this miserable mountain alive. Understand?
I understand. But the circumstances leave you little choice but to get involved. I needn't remind you that the avalanche that wiped out your expedition, the one that you were fortunate to survive, has blocked the way back to the 10 towns. As I mentioned before, the path south has been entirely snowed in. There is no other way out of this valley. Your fate and the fate of Kuldahar are intertwined. You must discover the source of the disturbances and restore the balance, or we shall all perish together.
If saving my own skin means helping you out, then that's what I'll do. But get one thing straight. I wouldn't give 2 coppers for you, your town, or your precious balance. I mean to stay alive, one way or another.
I suggest you begin by investigating the Vale of Shadows. It is a place not far from here. Darkness has always clung to the floor of the small canyon, as if the light of the sun itself were wary of the place. There are a number of ancient crypts hidden within the shadows of the Vale's narrow cliff walls. There have been rumors of the dead awakening and emerging from their dusty tombs to walk once more amongst men. If these rumors are true, then I suspect that whatever is responsible for disturbing their slumber may be behind the other disturbances as well. Go to the Vale of Shadows, learn what you can about the happenings there, then return here and we shall discuss a course of action. Good luck, and farewell.
Well, there you go. Looks like we're about to go tomb raiding. Uh huh. And we got a big wall of text here. Let's check out our journal. Right, we finally spoke with a tree-loving codger who calls himself the Archdruid Kuldahar. The old druid explained why he had sent for help from East Haven. It seems that there are evil forces stirring in the mountains nearby. He believes this evil is somehow affecting the weather in the past. causing the ring of warmth that centers around Kaldahar's great oak to slowly shrink. He also believes that the evil is behind the numerous monster sightings and the mysterious abductions about town. Reluctantly, we agreed to help by investigating a nearby vale. Apparently, there have been rumors of undead stirring within some ancient crypts located within this Vale of Shadows. We are to travel to the Vale, discover if there is a connection between the undead and disturbances in Kaldahar, and then return to Arundel with whatever information we find. All right. Quest giver has given our quest to us. Let's go ahead and just raise the sound of the voices a tad.
What now?
Yeah, that's a little better. Sorry, I was saying that's a little better. I had myself muted by mistake. Let's go and explore the environs of Kaldahar and see what we can find. I gotta admit, I love the score in the background. It speaks to the wonder of the fusion between nature and man, as embodied by this town. No need to speak to other generic townspeople, but we will raid their homes for all they're worth. Huh. The inscription on this stone reads, "In the memory of Archdruid Tolbin, founder of Kaldahar." Maybe one day we will have a statue. Oh, what? Eric, run! The vale's filled with yetis. Tried to outrun them, but two of them still chasing me. Run! Get help! Oh dear.
Yeah.
What in the world is this guy talking about? Huh. Both of them aren't dead yet. Kill them! Uh-huh. Okay. Aha. That is what he's talking about. Okay, so let us form up our ranks. Why aren't they? Oh, there we go. There we go. Now the Yetis, the Tundra Yetis, have set their sights on the party. Little do they know the hurt that is. Dear. Have I not rested? God damn it, I haven't rested again. Alright, no problem. We will just. What about you? Yeah, you have your color spray. Okay. Well, let us see if we can get this color spray off before these things. Gosh. Okay. Oh dear. Oh.
Me?
The first death of the game. Poor Seth the Strange bought it.
I am by your side.
Let's see if command works on these guys.
Yes.
You start singing.
Yes.
And you. Okay, that worked. Oh damn. These Tundra Yetis are
Yes.
truly. Oh well, you are about to go. So why don't I command you?
I'm here.
You're singing. Great. 15 damage.
I'm here.
Let's go.
I am here.
Command on you. Rest of our party. Attack the Yeti. Yep. Excellent. Okay, we managed to get through it. So, like I said, this is a kind of a no reload type situation.
Me?
So what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and quick save. Well, first of all, we'll talk to Merrick. Merrick, thanks. I thought the time to join my ancestors had finally come. Nope, but Seth joined his ancestors. Last time I ever stepped foot anywhere near the Vale, that's for certain. There's all sorts of strange creatures roaming around there now. Vale? Merrick, the Vale of Shadows. My brother Silas and I made a pilgrimage there to pay our respects to our family crypt, like we do every year. But this time, I don't know. The Vale seems different. Cursed somehow. Shadows have come alive. There's Yetis roaming the paths, attacking travelers. Your brother, where is he? Merrick. Silas didn't make it. The largest Yeti I've ever seen tore out of the snow and took a piece out of him with its claws. He fell, dead as a stone. Blood everywhere, kind of like Seth. There was nothing I could do. He was carrying our family heirloom, but it's lost to us now. Not if I butchered the large Yeti that killed your brother, but it wouldn't be an easy or cheap task. Merrick, if you'd be willing to go into the Vale and find the heirloom, I'd pay you for your trouble. I'll do it then. Tell me how to get to the Vale of Shadows. Merrick, we were taking the main path, but considering how many beasts were in the Vale, and Arundel may know a safer path you can take. He wanders the mountains quite a bit and knows of more hidden trails than there are branches in the Great Oak. His home is southwest of the Great Tree. It is the two-story house made of stone. I already spoke to Arundel. I'll be on my way to the Vale soon. Merrick. Thank you. Now that Silas is gone, that heirloom is all I have left to remember my family by. I would appreciate a safe return. Also, if you come across any more Yetis, you might want to collect their pelts once you've done away with the beasts. Conland, the blacksmith here in town, buys the pelts for a fair price. Auric might be able to make something out of those pelts too, says Merrick. Farewell. We have learned that the Vale of Shadows is infested with Yetis. Merrick of Kaldahar has asked us to retrieve a family heirloom from the largest of these beasts. He'll meet us outside the Potter's house in Kaldahar.
What now?
Okay, we have a new quest objective. Resurrect Seth the Strange. Let us find a temple. Where is Temple of Elmater? Perfect. We wandered right up into it. There's Brother Frang, and there's Brother Goo, and Sister Kalian. All right. Sister Kaliana. Greetings, friend. You are welcome in the house of the Bleeding Rose. May the healing hands of Elmater lift your burdens and set your tortured soul at ease. Perfect. Greetings. I seek the services of a healer. Sister Kaelina, then step forward and offer your pain to the one who endures all. I am Revered Sister Kalina. As acting head of the temple, it is my privilege to bestow whatever aid I can upon those in need. No small task, I might add, what with all the trouble that plagues this town of late. Very well, what aid can you offer? Because we are not going to mess around. Okay. How do we do this? Yeah. Raise dead. Right, okay. Yes, he's brought back. Perfect. Okay. Now, I just want to check something. 11 hit points. Yeah, we're going to quickly check. Oh, 11 hit points. Great. So, back to the temple we go. Yeah. We've just been resurrected. Let's go pick up your poop, Seth. You left it all over the snow. How embarrassing. We will come back. We will have a chat with the temple when you stored away all your belongings. How embarrassing, Seth. You just had to go and get yourself killed, didn't you? Okay. We'll pull up here. Let's put the bullets up there. Grab this, grab that. Oh. And you can grab one of these.
Yes.
Perfect.
Me? So that's how it is.
Now we need to find Conlin's house. Conlin the blacksmith. Potter. Now we're gonna check out all these places. Root Cellar Tavern. Equipment store. That's Arendel's place. Is there a way of getting there? There is. And this is the airship of Fiddlebender. Sorry about that lag. Back, and Seth is overburdened. He just cannot. He cannot deal with that pelt.
What
There.
now? Like an arrow.
We will have to check out this airship later. In the meantime, here's the forge, a blacksmith's anvil, often used to make or repair tools. There we go. Conlon, the blacksmith. There we go.
Like an arrow.
Conlon, welcome, stranger. What can I do for you? I'm told you're the man to see about purchasing weapons. Conlon. I'm Conlon. If you need a sharp blade or a stout mace, I'm the man to see. Best take advantage while I'm still here. While you're still here? Are you going somewhere? Conlon. Aye, I suppose. So, with all the skullduggery that's been going on around here, I imagine I'll not be around much longer. I see, so you're planning on leaving town. Conlon. Ha! I wish that were possible. The southern pass has long been snowed in by this damnable weather we've been having lately. Now I hear tell that even the northern route to the 10 towns has been blocked by an avalanche. Mark my words, none of us will last through this winter. We're all done for. I have no intention of dying here. Why is it that you are so ready for your own grave? Conlon. Humph. Not much for me to live for, really. My Mary passed a few years ago from the fever, and now my son's gone missing, snatched out of his bed in the middle of the night, right out from under my nose. He was just a boy. Well, of course, this is out of character for our party, but all the best rewards are the good rewards, so we will we will inquire. I'm sorry, Conlon. Any idea who or what took him? Conlon. If I knew that, you'd think I would be standing around here pounding that metal. He just vanished, I tell you, gone without a trace. Even old Urundel couldn't find a trail, and he's got a nose for such things. I imagine whatever took him will come back for me next. I can't say it'll be unwelcome. I've spoken with Arundel. He believes the source of the disturbances may lie within the Veil of Shadows. Conlon. The Veil of Shadows, eh? That doesn't surprise me. That place reeks of evil. Most folks in town avoid it like the plague. Those that wander off in that direction are never heard from again. May I see what you have for sale? Okay, let's get rid of some of this stuff. What I've long been waiting for. All this junk. Yeah, throwing axes. Done. Yeah, I couldn't bother with throwing axe. Well, actually, they could be useful. Could be useful. So go ahead and sell these for a whopping 18 gold. We'll get rid of all this stuff too. All the junk we picked up from the goblins and orcs from our last playthrough. Morningstar 2, yes. You do not need that. We are getting rich. Look at that. We almost have 800. Oh, that's right, because we had to resurrect Seth. He got himself killed. The damn fool. Thanks for making us poor, Seth. Well, good thing the Yeti pelts will make us rich again. That will kind of make up for having to spend 200 gold on your bony spellcasting ass. So let's go ahead and do that. Yep. Oh, 45. It's going down in value. Right. Let's see. Sorry, another spike. We'll go ahead and buy the plate armor. Oh, wait. There's a whole bunch more stuff here. Let's take a look. Wow. Okay, they got lots of goodies. Lots and lots of goodies. Wow. Look at the prices on these things. Holy guacamole. One more. More of these guys. The ammo belt. Now, I do not want to buy the ammo belt just yet. What I want to buy is... Wait. Oh, I did buy the plate armor. And the gem bag. Okay, so let's go ahead and equip the plate armor. Improvement of -2. Not great, but you know what? I'll take it. I will take it. Why not?
Eh? Like an arrow.
We'll sell off the split mail and call that a day with the blacksmith. Wow, we are poor.
Yeah.
Let us see if
Good
we
as
can
gold.
steal this, whatever this is. It's locked, but our resident locksmith is powerful, but he's failed to force
So
the lock.
that's how it is.
Wow, must be something else. Okay, we will come back and
Good as gold.
actually first let's finish talking to Conlon here.
So that's how it is.
Okay,
What now?
no dialogue
Like
with
an
Conlon.
arrow. Good as gold.
The evening shade. Yep, let's go to the evening shade and get some rest. If we can afford it. Stupid Seth. You'd be up 200 gold if you hadn't died. Silly mage. Oh, silly me, I should never have put him out front with those Yetis. What was I thinking? Bad DM Wyvern. Bad DM Wyvern. What you get when you, huh, this guy, Alduin.
Like an arrow.
Alduin, you looking for a room or do you want to let the chill in? I got no rooms for stragglers. Show some coin or I'll show you the door. Who are you? Alduin. I'm Alduin. And maybe having your head way up there don't make you hear so good. Do you want a room or not? My inn's the only inn in town, so don't even be thinking you'll find a better deal anywhere else. My head may be up here, half man, but my fist will be happy to swing down and pay you a visit if need be. Alduin. That's so. Well then I got no time to sit here and bandy threats with you. You either state your business or get out of my inn and take your stink from the road with you. So this is your inn. Alduin. Yeah? Why? Somebody in town say anything different? No, just curious. Do you have any rooms free? And here we are. We got 54 gold. We are going to save gold and live like merchants. Merchants. We don't need to slum it like a peasant. So we'll take a nice little merchant rest. Get our hit points back. Get our powers back. Done. Perfect.
Eh?
Great. And Alduin is very, very rude.
Good as gold. So that's how it is.
That is how it is, Baron. Seth, I'm still angry. Angry at me for getting you killed. That was not good. And this is Merrick. This is the Potter's house. I guess this is his house. Let's see what is in here. Ernst.
Like an arrow.
Ernst, who are you? What do you want with me? Hold your tongue, you stuttering imbecile. We'll ask the questions. Ernst, questions? What kind of questions? Who are you? Ernst, I'm Ernst, the Potter. At least I used to be. Now I just want to get out of this place, alive. But with all the horrible things happening in town, I'm too scared to step outside my shop. What can you tell us about the disturbances in the past? In the past, sorry. Ernst, disturbances, yes, people disappearing, monsters everywhere. Even the weather has turned against us. Nobody knows why. Not even Arundel. Well, best of luck to you. Farewell. Uh-huh. Ernst, please, I don't mean to be rude, but please stop coming around here. I don't want you bringing the monsters to my doorstep. Understand? I have a few questions and I'll be on my way. What is this place? Ernst, this shop is my home. I used to make pottery here, but there doesn't seem to be much point anymore. I've closed shop and packed up my things. As soon as the pass is clear, I'm heading south to Baldur's Gate. I hear it's nice there. He tells what the servants in the past, and he tells us that, and basically that is the conversation. It's like there isn't much we can do here. Let's see, can we actually take a look at any of these things? No, we cannot. Okay.
Like an arrow.
So we checked out the potter's house. Next up, let's take a look at the cellar. Once again, I'm sorry that this episode is not exactly jam-packed combat, but that's okay. Sometimes there will be episodes like that, and I hope you don't hold it against me.
Like an arrow.
Ooh. A potion.
Good as gold.
Yeah.
So that's how it is.
Gotta get that potion identified. Townsperson. Nothing lootable here.
Like an
no
arrow.
point in talking to that person. Next stop is the cellar. Wow, it's kind of happening here. There's Whitecomb. There is Lysan. Let's talk to Lysan.
So that's how it is.
Well, there's Amelia too. Let's talk to Amelia. Amelia, keep your damn horses stabled. I'll get you in a. Hey, what's this? Some sort of majory? What the hells are you blathering about, woman? Amelia, ha! I'm just surprised to see a new face in Kaldahar is all. I thought I'd never see another customer. The past buried in snow as it is. You must be looking for something fierce to brave the winter's chill like that. I'm looking for a meal if the kitchen's still open. Amelia, if it's a meal you're after, tell the filthy, goated wine spiders squatting behind the bar to stop drinking the stock and fire up the oven. But you best shout. He's too deep in his cups to hear you talk. You talk civilized like. I may do that. I may do that. Say, I'm part of an expedition from East Haven, looking for troubles in Kaldahar. I was wondering if you could help me. Amelia. Oh, that's so. Well, we should all be blessed then. Our bone-carving neighbors trudging through the drifts to make sure we're all right. What's East Haven worried about us for? We heard of strange events in the region. Goblins, orcs, and other humanoids seem to be gathering in East Haven and Kaldahar. Do you have any idea why? Amelia. No, I don't. I mean, we've had our share of raiders before, but this year's been worse than any other I can recall. How so? Amelia. Well, I've heard tale of raiders, goblins, and the like, never seen in the past before. Folks, travelers have gone missing, and no one knows where. Lots of strange going-ons. Got a lot of folks worried. You might want to speak to Arundel. If his beard's any sign, he's got a lot of knowing in his ears. You can find him at the base of the great trees. He is this two-storied house to the south and west. Okay. Yep. I'll go look for him then. Thanks. Right, so not much new information there. Some flavor. Lyson, welcome, traveler. May I be of service to you? I would like to ask some questions. Lyson, I'll help you if I can. What would you like to know? Who are you? Lyson, I am Lyson the barmaid. If I may be of service to you, you need but ask. Sorry about that, folks. That is the clock saying that it's been an hour, but let's get through this conversation. What do you do here, Lyson? Lyson, as I said, I'm a barmaid. I help take care of the customers. I serve food and drinks, chat with folks, and listen to what they have to say. You learn a lot if you take the time to listen. you heard any rumors you can share with me? Well, I hear tales. Folks have been talking about the recent avalanche, the haunted vale, missing folks, monsters, and Urundel. What are they saying about the avalanche? Lyson, I hear it was a bad one. The pass to the valley had been blocked and won't be open again until who knows when. Some folks are trapped here and none too happy about it. Not much that can be done though. Just wait for spring and see if it clears enough for travel. You mentioned a haunted vale. Can you tell me about it? Lyson, most folks call it the Vale of Shadows. It's always dark there, like twilight or a moonlit night. Anyway, there are those who say the spirits of the dead wander the vale. Folks don't go there anymore. They're afraid to. Maybe someone should do something about that. Who is this Arundel you mentioned? Arundel. He's a local sage or hermit. I don't know rightly what to call him. Folks have a lot of respect for him, though. Anyway, I guess he's taken an interest in a lot of the going ons around here of late. He's been seen out and about more than is usual for him. That's all I know. Did you say something about missing people earlier? Lyson. Aye, folks have been vanishing without a trace. I recall something about a man's wife gone missing. He packed up and left his home, and all to go find her. Another is the smithy's young son. You might want to talk to him if you have an interest. I believe you said monsters were of concern. Are they a problem here? Lyson. A sore subject that one is. It seems like they're on the rise lately. More monsters are spotted in the surrounding countryside every day. Orcs, goblins, you know the like, and has people worried. Let me ask you something else. What can you tell me about this tavern? Lyson. Well, why, this is the best tavern in all of Kaldahar. The food is good, the ale isn't watered down, the service is friendly. I'd like to know more about Kaldahar. Lyson, I don't rightly know what to say about Kaldahar. It's a bit of a wonder, I'll give it that. The only thing that allows the town to survive is the great tree and the warmth it provides. Doesn't seem right somehow. Not right? What do you mean by that? Lyson, oh, nothing really. I'm just awed by the tree and all. Do you have more questions? Yes, if I may. Have you heard any rumors you can share with me? Well, I hear tales. Folks have been talking about the recent avalanche, the haunted vale, missing folks, monsters, and Rivendell. So we've gone through all this, and I think that's basically it. All right. Nothing for now. Farewell. Next up is Whitecomb. Let's find out what he has to say. Whitecomb. Well, now, seems past coughed up one more straggler. Welcome to the root cellar. Stranger, my name's Whitecomb. What's your pleasure? Drink? Something from the kitchen? Your barmaid Lyson is quite pleasant and talkative. Whitecomb. Oh, do you fancy her? She's easy on the eye, she is. But a little too much of winter's chill in her to my liking, friend. Can't say I haven't tried to thaw her out a little, but she could keep an ogre at bay with those eyes of hers. She came here a few months ago and she works hard, so I'm not complaining. Amelia, one of your barmaids, said I should ask you for a meal. Whitecomb. Ha! I strongly doubt she said it as politely as that. Brassy one she is. Her tongue could cut up firewood, and it will if she keeps up her chatter. But never you mind. I can set you up with a meal if that's to your liking. Just name your pleasure. That would be welcome, yes. Right. Okay. Oh, we got 36 gold, so we are not going to be spending our hard-earned gold on that. Let's see. Room for a night. Okay, so I asked him if I could find a room for the night. Whitecomb saves a room. Sorry, but I can't help you, friend. Try the evening shade cross town. The innkeeper's bound to have some rooms to let, and desperate to let them too, since the passes aren't going to see caravans for a while. All right, I'll go to the evening shade then. Thank you. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I think this is going to conclude this episode of our playthrough. Once again, this has been TM Wyvern. If you've enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to the channel. If you have any comments about
What
this
now?
episode,
Good as gold.
please leave a comment in the comment section below. Thank you very much, and see you all again soon.